Most men search for loud signals when attraction usually speaks in silence. Real interest moves quietly through small behaviors, subtle shifts in energy, and patterns that feel natural rather than dramatic. When a woman acts in certain ways, the decision inside her mind has already moved forward. Words come later. Behavior comes first. In this video, you are going to learn the quiet signals that reveal emotional attachment long before a confession ever appears. These signs slip past most people because they look ordinary on the surface, yet psychology shows they carry deep meaning. By the end of this video, you will understand how emotional attachment forms, how it reveals itself without a single direct statement, and how to recognize when her interest has already crossed the line from curiosity into connection. This knowledge saves time, effort, and confusion. It also changes how you see interactions forever. Many men miss these moments because they wait for verbal confirmation, while attraction expresses itself through consistency, emotional presence, and subtle investment. You will learn why women rarely declare feelings early, how the subconscious mind protects emotional safety, and how certain behaviors signal comfort, trust, and emotional openness. These are signals backed by psychology, behavioral studies, and real-world patterns observed across cultures. Once you see them, you cannot unsee them. Every conversation, pause, and reaction starts to make sense. This video also reveals lesser-known truths about attraction that many people never discuss. You will learn how emotional attachment often develops before physical intimacy, how calm presence creates deeper bonds than constant effort, and why emotional security carries more weight than charm or appearance. These insights help you understand attraction from the inside out, rather than guessing or chasing surface-level signs. Stay until the end because the final insight ties everything together. It explains the one mistake that quietly destroys attraction even after emotional attachment has formed. Avoiding that mistake alone can change outcomes completely. Missing it often turns interest into distance without warning. Understanding it gives clarity and control. This channel focuses on psychological truth, human behavior, and attraction explained clearly and honestly. Every video breaks down complex ideas into simple language you can apply immediately. If you want deeper understanding instead of confusion, calm confidence instead of overthinking, and clarity instead of mixed signals, you are in the right place. Welcome to our channel. Subscribe now and stay with us for more videos that reveal the hidden psychology behind attraction, connection, and emotional power. Attraction does not operate through logic or clear reasoning. It moves through emotion, instinct, and subconscious response. Many people assume attraction appears suddenly, as if a switch is flipped. But in reality, it builds quietly over time. Emotional attachment develops through repeated moments of comfort, familiarity, and psychological safety. A woman does not wake up one day and decide to feel connected. The connection forms as her nervous system relaxes in your presence and begins to associate you with ease rather than tension. This process happens beneath awareness. Small interactions stack together. Tone, timing, consistency, and emotional steadiness all send signals that the mind processes faster than conscious thought. As comfort increases, resistance fades. Emotional safety allows curiosity to turn into trust, and trust slowly transforms into attachment. This is why attraction feels natural when it is real. It does not require convincing or pressure because it is not a decision being debated. It is a feeling being reinforced. Behavior reveals this shift long before words ever appear. Changes in attention, responsiveness, and emotional openness happen naturally as attachment grows. Verbal confirmation usually comes later, after the emotional bond already exists. Many people miss this phase because they look for direct statements instead of observing patterns. Attraction announces itself through consistency and presence, not declaration. When emotional comfort is established, attachment follows quietly, shaping behavior long before any confession is spoken. One of the earliest and strongest signals of genuine interest appears when she becomes emotionally present. Conversations shift in tone and depth. She listens with intention rather than waiting for her turn to speak. Her focus stays on what you say, and small details begin to matter to her. She remembers things you mentioned casually, moments you may not even recall sharing. These details stay with her because attention follows emotional relevance. When someone matters internally, the mind holds on to information without effort. Her reactions also change. Responses feel more personal, and emotionally charged rather than polite or surface level. She reacts to your words with feeling, curiosity, or concern instead of neutral agreement. Laughter feels more genuine. Silence feels comfortable rather than awkward. Emotional presence creates a sense of connection that does not rely on constant talking. It shows through pauses, expressions, and tone. This shift signals that you have entered her internal world. Emotional presence means her attention is no longer divided or casual. It is selective and intentional. Emotional attention carries more weight than physical attraction because it requires investment. Physical attention can be temporary and reactive, but emotional attention reflects priority. When she engages emotionally, she is already forming attachment through awareness, memory, and feeling, allowing the connection to deepen naturally with each interaction. Another clear sign appears when she begins to test your emotional strength in subtle ways. These moments often look casual and easy on the surface. She may question your opinion, tease lightly, or disagree without tension. The purpose is not conflict. It is observation. She is paying attention to how you handle pressure, difference, and uncertainty. Emotional responses reveal more than words ever could. When she challenges you slightly, she watches your tone, pace, and composure. A calm response communicates self-control and inner balance. There is no need to explain yourself excessively or push to be understood. Stability in these moments creates a sense of ease. It shows that your confidence does not depend on agreement or approval. This kind of calm presence feels grounding and reassuring. Emotional stability signals safety. Safety allows attraction to deepen. When reactions stay measured and relaxed, tension dissolves. Defensive behavior or emotional swings, on the other hand, create distance. These tests are rarely conscious, yet they are powerful. Through small disagreements and playful challenges, she gathers information about how you handle emotional situations. The way you respond shapes how secure she feels around you. That sense of security quietly strengthens emotional connection and keeps her attention focused on you. A strong shift happens when her energy starts to mirror yours. Without effort or awareness, her tone begins to align with the way you speak. If you are calm, she softens. If you are playful, her mood lifts to meet yours. This adjustment happens naturally because emotional comfort allows people to synchronize. The mind and body respond to safety by relaxing and matching rhythms. This mirroring extends into communication patterns. The timing of her messages starts to follow yours. The pace feels balanced rather than forced. Long replies meet long replies. Short responses feel intentional instead of distant. These patterns reflect subconscious alignment rather than strategy. When emotional comfort is present, the nervous system seeks harmony. Her mood also responds to your presence. The atmosphere changes when you enter a conversation. Energy becomes lighter or more focused depending on your tone. This shift shows that your presence carries emotional influence. Mirroring is a form of bonding that happens below conscious thought. It signals that she feels at ease and connected. Emotional comfort creates space for synchronization, allowing behavior, tone, and rhythm to align naturally as attachment continues to grow through shared emotional state. Another meaningful sign appears when she begins to open her inner world to you. Conversations move beyond surface topics and drift toward personal territory. She may share fears, everyday stress, or experiences that shaped how she sees people and relationships. These moments feel intentional rather than overwhelming. The sharing comes in pieces, chosen carefully, revealing trust rather than emotional release. This kind of openness reflects emotional permission. She allows you to see parts of her life that remain hidden from most people. Women tend to guard their inner world closely because it carries vulnerability, memory, and emotional history. When she chooses to share these parts, it shows she feels safe enough to lower that guard. Her words become more reflective, and her tone carries honesty rather than performance. Selective vulnerability creates closeness through understanding. She pays attention to how you respond, sensing whether her openness is respected and received calmly. Emotional presence during these moments deepens connection. Access to her inner world signals that trust has already taken root, shows that she feels understood without needing to explain everything. This exchange builds quiet intimacy, allowing emotional attachment to strengthen through shared awareness and mutual respect. A noticeable change appears when she stops rushing toward outcomes and allows the connection to move at its own pace. Her energy feels relaxed and unforced. There is ease in conversation and comfort in silence. Time spent together feels natural rather than scheduled around expectation. This calm rhythm signals emotional safety, where nothing needs to be secured or proven. There is no pressure in her behavior. She does not push for definitions or seek constant reassurance. Interaction flows without chasing or urgency. This openness allows moments to develop on their own, guided by comfort instead of fear. When someone feels safe, the need to control outcomes fades. Presence becomes more important than progress. Comfort plays a powerful role in attachment because it quiets anxiety. Anxiety creates overthinking and emotional distance, while comfort encourages openness and trust. A relaxed environment allows emotional connection to deepen without resistance. Her willingness to let things unfold shows confidence in the bond forming beneath the surface. Emotional attachment grows more easily when the nervous system feels settled, allowing interest to strengthen through calm consistency rather than pressure or expectation. A common mistake happens after these signs appear, and attention suddenly shifts from observation to reaction. The moment interest becomes visible, many men change their behavior. They start reading into every interaction and searching for reassurance instead of allowing the connection to breathe. Small questions appear, followed by subtle pressure. The focus moves away from presence and toward securing certainty. This shift often leads to pushing for clarity too early. Labels begin to feel urgent. Conversations turn toward outcomes rather than experience. Emotional space tightens. What once felt calm starts to feel evaluated. Even gentle pressure changes the emotional atmosphere. Safety depends on freedom, and freedom disappears when reassurance becomes the goal. Emotional attachment grows best when it feels voluntary. When reassurance is demanded, it turns connection into responsibility. The natural flow that created attraction becomes interrupted by expectation. Emotional safety relies on steadiness, patience, and trust in the process. Once pressure enters, anxiety replaces comfort. The dynamic changes quietly, often without awareness. What felt secure begins to feel fragile. Emotional distance can form even while interest still exists, simply because the environment no longer feels emotionally safe or relaxed. Attraction responds to emotional atmosphere, more than effort or explanation. Calm environments allow feelings to settle and deepen without resistance. When interactions feel steady and unforced, the mind relaxes and opens naturally. Confidence shows itself through ease, tone, and consistency rather than words. It does not need to be announced or justified. It is recognized through behavior that remains grounded regardless of outcome. Trying to secure interest often creates tension. Even when intentions feel sincere, emotional pressure disrupts the sense of freedom that allows attraction to grow. When there is no rush to define or confirm, emotional space remains open. This space gives room for curiosity, trust, and attachment to develop at a natural pace. Security grows through patience rather than pursuit.
Emotional steadiness signals reliability. It shows that connection is welcome but not required to maintain self-balance. This dynamic creates comfort, allowing feelings to strengthen without fear of loss or control. When someone feels free to choose rather than pressured to respond, attachment deepens quietly. Calm presence creates a foundation where attraction feels safe, mutual, and stable, allowing emotional connection to expand through trust and emotional consistency rather than explanation or persuasion.
When she shows these behaviors, there is no need to force direction or seek confirmation. Emotional attachment grows best when it is allowed to breathe. Pushing for proof or reassurance only pulls attention away from the connection already forming. Trust the signals that reveal themselves through consistency, presence, and emotional openness. Let her choose you in her own time without pressure or urgency shaping the moment. Attachment is fragile when rushed and strong when respected. Once emotional connection exists, the greatest risk comes from trying to control the outcome. Calm presence keeps attraction steady, while impatience disrupts the safety that created it. When comfort remains intact, feelings deepen naturally and without resistance. She does not fall when you chase. She stays when you are calm.
If this video helped you see attraction more clearly, take a moment to like it and subscribe to our channel for more insights into psychology, emotional connection, and attraction explained simply and honestly.